Welcome back, Resource Gang. You tuned into another episode of Training with the Bishop. Guys, I know it's been a while. But today is Monday morning. And even though it's been a while, the money don't stop. The work don't stop. Guys, we got to get to it. It don't matter how long it's been or how long it will be. But at the end of the day, we're going to get to the money. Guys, I have been getting to the money. Now, I know y'all wondering, Bishop, where have you been? We haven't heard from you. We haven't seen you. We ain't get a postcard. We ain't got jack squat. Resource Gang, super busy. I've been reinventing a couple things. I've been discovering a couple things with podcasting, and all y'all that are podcasters or all y'all that do like social media, anything along that line, you know, it take time and preparation to get this where you wanted to be at. So in the midst, I have been doing a few things. I have been trying to reinvent some things. Not only just that, but like I said, all the time, like I have 2 or 3 other business that I also have to tend to along with a full-time job. But, you know, I'm still working. I have content. I have an episode, but I can't post it because out of respect for my student, he asked me not to. So I do got that. I'm not going to post it because he said not to post it. You know what I'm saying? I respect the fella for what he said or what he asked me to do. I do have other content that I want to release. I'm just still doing some final touches on that. And then at some point, I'm going to release it. I've been doing 1 or 2 little things. If you catch me on my IG live, you'll see me. I DJ too. So I go live and do a DJ set. I've been DJing, of course. So that's like another one of my passions. It's one of my hobbies, something that I like to do. And I've been training. I've have students that I have trained, but some of my students, I feel like when I come to you guys on the camera with somebody, I want the energy to be high. I want it to be an episode that you can watch and you will like enjoy and be like, okay, that was cool. I like that. What's next? So some students are like that. Some students ain't. I don't want to bring y'all nothing that's too boring. And then you be like, all right, this ain't talking about nothing. But nevertheless, guys, I do have some new content that is coming. The website is up in case you guys want to go check my website out. I do have merchandise on there. I'm still working on the merch. In case you guys want to go grab a shirt or something and support the kid. I'm not here promoting for you to go buy clothes, but just in case if you do, the website is mrdrummer.net. So you can go on there and check me out. Everything is on there. Social media, guys, the resource, everything, the resource on Facebook, the resource on Instagram, and my TikTok is spelled DA resource, not THE, is DA. Also the YouTube page, guys, if y'all haven't subscribed to any of these social media sites, please go subscribe to the social media site. It's only a click of a button. That's all you got to do. Not asking for money, not asking for, just go and subscribe. That's it. But nevertheless, guys, right now I'm at home. I am sitting in the office. It is a beautiful day outside right now. I know you can't see it because the blinds are closed. I have a new student. So hopefully this week we get some camera action and I'll be having that posted. Right now, we are scheduled to go to Detroit. Shout out to the D, man, because the Bishop is on the way. So, guys, I just wanted to come to you guys and let you guys know that. Few other things that I'm probably gonna have going on that I'll probably share with y'all a little later on in the video or in a separate video. I know people have been asking about the podcast of sitting at the table with the Bishop guys. That is another thing that I'm working on. The only thing of it is like my camera guy be so busy with weddings, and shout out to him, man. Shout out to Cash, man. He be so busy with a bunch of weddings and stuff like that, which I'm, you know what I'm saying, that's cool. That's his full-time business. So that's what he do. But hopefully soon we'll link up and try to catch a couple of interviews. I got people that lined up that's ready to do the interview. It's just me. It is me. I am the problem right now. But that's just because like stuff just be going on, man. And it's just so hard to try to keep up with everything when you're a full-time father, full-time, you know, you got a household and then you full-time working and everything else that come with it. So it's just trying to find time. And that's just one of the hardest things is to find time. So, but guys, nevertheless, it is July. We are half of the year down, and we got to make some progress. We got to make more progress. So I'm about to go grab my student. We're about to get the day started. We're about to get on the road, guys. And I'll come back with you guys a little later on. All right, Resource Gang guys, I have made it back to the truck as promised. Y'all know the motto: pop that hood to make sure it's all good. And like I said, I do have a student. Tell him who you is, bro.
My name's Augustin, and I've been with him about a week now, probably like 5 days, and everything's been great.
Cool. So, Gus, that's what we call him for short. What we're about to do right now, you're going to perform a pre-trip on this truck. Like I like to tell everybody, man, we are looking for a problem. Now, we don't want a problem, but we're looking for a problem. If we find a problem right now, then that means that, hey, we need to get it taken care of before we get it on the road, because we don't want the equipment we have to get on the road and be faulty, which can cause to an accident or a ticket. So I know you fresh out of school, so this pre-trip thing you should kind of already know. So walk me through some things.
So I'm gonna bring you over to the side here. Make sure our alternator's all good, because this right here is gonna be your alternator. Right. You're gonna see if the belt is good. You don't want any more than 1 inch of pull on that belt. Okay. And that's the only thing. So I usually start on this side, then work on my way to the driver's side, because it's the only one thing on this side you have to check out for. So I make sure that's good, then I work my way back to the other side. And then here we have where I put my engine oil. This is my engine oil dipstick. Make sure that's good. You know what I mean? Make sure I got some engine oil in there. All right. This is my coolant reservoir. Make sure my coolant reservoir is on tight.
Well, this right here, now from what you train on in school versus what you're doing a pre-trip on is different. You're doing a pre-trip on a Cummins motor, which I don't know if you got a chance to try, do a pre-trip on one of them. Yeah. So this right here will be your power steering fluid.
Well, that's my power steering fluid.
Yeah.
So my power steering fluid, I make sure my cap is on tight. There's no cracks, leaks, or anything on my hoses, right? And then I make sure my shock absorber is good, and then I make sure all my hoses, my brake hoses is good, my 3-piece linkage, all the way into my my 3-piece linkage is good, my leaf springs are good, my air compressor is back there, make sure that's good. Coming into my tire rod, my slack adjuster, make sure that's good, my slack adjuster and push rod, and when my brakes release, there should be no play also, there should be 3/4 of play. Then I go into the inside of my tire, check my tire drum, my tire material, make sure all that's good. There's no free of grease and free of oil. Make sure I have enough tire tread, right? Come to my tire rim, make sure all my lug nuts is there. There's no illegal welds, no cracks on anything. As I'm looking here, everything's looking up to par that we can get onto the driving part. But I'm also going to bring you down this way.
All right, before we go over there, let's go back on this other side right quick.
Okay.
Now, what I want you to also remember when you're doing your pre-trip, this right here is your turbo. You know, you definitely want to make sure that's intact, make sure all that is where it needs to be at. Of course, this is your AC line right here. You want to make sure that's, don't got no cracks or leak and it ain't damaged. Also right here, You did right. You was right. That was the alternator. That is new. This is your AC compressor, and this, my friend, is your cooling reservoir.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I know it's different from every truck that you do, right? But these are the things you also want to try to pay attention to on the whole truck, because it can be a situation that's something as little as a pinch in this hole right here, or this nut can be loose, or this hose could be, but this hose connect to this and to here will keep your whole truck cool. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Also, you want to make sure you look at all this, look at all that. You want to make sure, man, that you just looking for a problem. Another thing is, this is where your lights go. This is your light bulb. I'm gonna show you on that side, because this is good intact, but that one ain't all that intact, so I can show you a little bit better. But these are where your lights go. You peel this back. I'm gonna show you on the other side about that right there. So right here, and we need to have our gloves on. It's easy to scare some skin. So these are your headlight, low beam, high beam. You unscrew these right here, and right there is where your headlight will be. You will pop that loose and change your headlight if you need to. Same for that one, low beam, high beam. Get the gloves and come back over there. All right, let's make our way on down a little bit. Now I'm gonna tell you another thing too. With this truck, this button right here, you cut your switch on, and you can run a light check. So back in the day, when I first started driving trucks, you would have to put it on, turn your signal light to the left, get out, check, make sure they'll turn it to the right, get out, check, make sure all that is there. You know what I'm saying? But now it'll run a full light check, and all you gotta do is walk around. Tell you something else. This right here is where your batteries are located at in the Peterbilt. Every truck is different, but in the Peterbilt, this is where your batteries are located at, just in case if you need to jump start it, right?
Yep.
But that if you just want to go directly to the hard wire. If not, if you needed to jump start it, this will be your positive, this will be your negative. You hook your cables up to that, and that'll jump it off. Let me tell you something else right here. This is your fuel box. This is where all your fuels at. These fuels control different things in the truck. This truck has 3 different fuel boxes. All right. So that's one in the front right there. You have another one that's right here. Flip this out, and there go your fuels right there. So that's your third. That's your second fuel box, and the other one is in the whatchamacallit. All right, let's make our way on down a little bit.
So as I'm making my way down, make sure my steps are clear, right? I make sure my def tank is on tight. There's no cracks in my def tank, and there's going to be a chain on the inside, or this right here.
Yeah.
To make sure you don't lose that, right? Make sure my windows are all properly mount secured, right? Then I'm coming in around here. Make sure my hoses are properly mount secured, right? They're not cracked, bent, or broken. Make sure all my hoses all the way up into here. I don't know if you can see on that angle. So this right here will be my electrical hose, right? This will be my emergency hose, and this right here will be my my service hose. Make sure these are all tight on here, and they're all properly mount secured. Check there. There's no leaks in any of my hoses. Make sure my steps here are clear of any debris, right? Then I go into here and make sure all my mechanics. So the same mechanics I was looking up on the front, I'll be looking right here too. So I make sure my leaf springs, my U-bolts, those are properly mount secured. I make sure my brake drums, my dual brake drums are properly mount secured. Make sure my slack adjuster are properly mount secured, right? And then go into my brake material and my brake drum, right? Make sure that is free of any debris, any grease, so my brakes don't get any no slipperies. And then here, make sure I got enough tread, and these can be recapped, right? But my front ones cannot be recapped.
That's true,
right? And then I go out to onto the outside of my tires. Make sure my tire and my hub seal is properly mount secured. There's no illegal welds and not cracked, bent, or broken. And then I come around here because I can't really see it real well. Is my airbags, right? Make sure my airbag mounts is properly mount secured, and my airbags are not leaking, right? And then coming around the side, I make sure I'll monitor this tire just like I'll monitor this one, right? Make sure, and also check my what's that air here, my air my air gauge, right?
Right.
And I'll check that with my air gauge, and I want my tires to be in between 90 to about 120 psi. And then I check my mud flaps. I don't want my mud flaps to be more than 8 inches off the ground, because then any debris that comes up can be kicking out rocks and getting to my people or my people on the road with me. Make sure my lights are working on the backhand side, right? And then when I get under here, I want to make sure there's no space in between my landing gear, right? And if there's any space there, I can lose my load,
Right.
right? I make sure my locking jaws are in place,
Right.
so my load doesn't move around. Then here, I want this to be on top and locked into the lock position, and everything raised to the top. As I'm walking up, I'm checking my lights. Make sure all my lights are popping my secure. They're not cracked, bent, or broken. Right, moving all the way to the back here. Make sure that's flashing there. I don't know if you can see it real well. And then my DOT tape. My DOT tape on the side, we want it to be 50%, but right here, we got it all the way 100 all the way through. Right?
Right.
And as I checked in the back, and we're going to be coming back to the same kind of mechanics over here. Make sure my tires are good. My sliding tandem, make sure my sliding tandem is good. Make sure all my brake hoses and my electrical hoses, there's no leaks in those as I'm coming around. Yep. Mud flap, same thing. My brakes are good on this side. Coming around to the back. Looking at my lights are working, they're flashing. My DOT bumpers popping my secured, and my DOT tape is 100% on the back.
Don't forget to make sure that this light is working right here.
Then I come back around, and everything's looking great. Okay, we back in the truck now.
All right, Gus. Let me ask you something. So, what are your expectations as far as training? Now, let me tell you this. I picked Gus up Wednesday, so he been with me already. And he kind of got a couple ideas of what's going on and how things work. But what is your expectation as far as with training?
I really want to learn how to be, a good driver, an effective driver, being very timely, and being really good at my backing skills, because backing skills can, they can kind of make you or break you.
All right. So did you hear any horror stories coming into truck driving?
Yeah. I've heard a lot of stories of people, falling asleep at the wheel, maybe just taking too long to get their loads. You're there 10 hours, you're there 6 hours, but that's just all power of trucking.
Right. So what about far as training, man? How did you feel about that? What was your initial thought when you figured that they said, okay, you're done, you got your CDL, now the next thing is to wait on your trainer to call? How did you feel about that, not knowing what type of training you'll get?
Well, my dad initially told me it was going to be the worst 18 days of my life. 19, because he was like, well, you're in someone else's space, you never know, like, people's hygienes or what they tend to do or how they're going to run their truck. And that was my biggest fear. Like, I wasn't getting to a truck with someone that's just going to try to yell at me or speak to me like I'm not, like I'm a kid or something.
Right. So how you feel now that you got in the truck and you kind of like, all right, it's not what I thought it was going to be, or it's worse than what I thought it was going to be? Like, how you feel about it now?
Honestly,
just these past 5 days you've been with me.
Honestly, I feel great. It's a big relief because you've been training me real well. You're real cool. You know what I mean? You don't raise your voice. You kind of just like mentor me through the problems. Even if I'm like moving over too much to the left, you kind of stay calm. Say, hey, just bring it back to the, bring it back to the right a little bit. Bring it back to the right. So you're real chill. So it's been a great experience.
Cool. All right, guys, y'all heard it first. We don't rehearse this. Y'all know I do not. No, I don't do no editing. I just give it to you how it is, raw and uncut. So with that being said, guys, we're finna head to Laredo right now. We're gonna pick up the truck. Gus gonna take off driving first for the first couple hours, and then I'm gonna take the wheel from there. And then I'll be back with you guys after that. You gonna get the deal. You got to pull it. Yep. All right, Resource Gang guys, we have finally made it to Laredo, and we are here right now. So anytime you come to Laredo, guys, they come through, they inspect your truck and your trailer to make sure it's all good before they take your trailer across the border. So right now, that is what they're about to do. My student did good driving down to Laredo, so we just got to get back on up to Detroit. Well, I won't say Detroit, Lansing, Michigan is where we're going. It was Detroit, but they switched the load out. Ain't too bad, guys. We've been training on some bagging up earlier this week. So, practice, progress over perfection. So, my boy, how you feel about that bagging?
I was good. Yeah, progress over perfection.
That's the motto. Yeah. Progress over perfection. All right, Resource Gang, guys, we have made it to Effingham, Illinois right now. I drove all night. My student is driving right now. Well, we just stopped, grabbed some diesel, and we're about to go take a shower. Today is shower day, so I'll tune back in with y'all guys in a few minutes. All right, Resource Gang, guys, we are out of the shower right now, and I just got some Church's chicken. And if you're from Greensboro, Alabama, if you know, you know. So, yeah, I'm about to eat right quick, grab another nap, because I got to take the night shift again and get to it. But we almost there to where we need to be at, so we're going to deliver the load today. And then after that, head on back down south. So, y'all guys, I'll be back with you in a minute. All right, Resource Gang, we have finally made it over here to Detroit, guys. As you can see. We're in Detroit right now. Then after we leave Detroit, we're gonna go to Lance and then drop the rest of the load off. And I think after that, guys, I'm gonna call it a night. I am super tired. I'm still tired from last night. So, but we made it. We just sitting here now getting unloaded, and then after that, like I said, we're gonna go Lansing probably another hour and a half from here, and then I'm gonna call it a night from there, guys, and head back to San Antonio tomorrow. So, y'all stay tuned. I'll check in with y'all when I get to Lansing. All right, guys, we made it to Lansing. They ain't taking the load right now. I don't think nobody in. I think they probably don't come in until about 6 or 7 shift change. So I'm gonna lay here and get some sleep because that drive over here, yeah, almost got me. So I tune back in with you guys in the morning, and hopefully they take it early and we can get back down the road. So y'all stay tuned. All right, Resource Gang, guys, we have made it over here to pick up our load. Well, we dropped off a load, now we're picking up a load. That's what I'm gonna do. Get right. All right, like I was saying, guys, we dropped off the load this morning. I got there last night. As you can see, that water was there to take it. But we got off it this morning, and right now we over here picking. So we're over here at Chrysler, and I'll load the next one. So y'all stay tuned. Let's see how my student do backing up tonight. I didn't tell you how he did yesterday, but y'all know.
Take us all the way to Laredo?
Nah, it'll take us to Texas though. All right, Resource Gang, guys. It is Thursday morning, 5 o'clock. I just pulled into on the outskirts of Little Rock, Hot Springs. I've been driving the majority of the night, so now I'm finna take a nap because guys, I done got sleepy. One thing I want to tell you truck drivers, man, the load is important, but it ain't more important than your life. So the most thing, when you feel like you can't drive anymore, you feel tired, man, pull over and go to sleep. It ain't worth the pushing and going and, turn your truck over or hit somebody or hit something, kill yourself or injure yourself or injure somebody, because hey, what good is that if you can't get back home the same way you left? So with that being said, guys, I always think about your safety when it comes down to driving this truck. I always think about, how you feeling. If you feeling fatigued, just pull over. Just pull over. They'd rather have a late load than not have a load at all. Your family needs you. You got people that depend on you. So that being said, guys, I'm finna go ahead and take a nap, get a couple hours of sleep, get back on the road. We'll be back home sometime this evening, probably about 6, 7 o'clock. And that'll be the week. So y'all stay tuned. All right, Resource Gang, guys, as you can see, we have made it. With time daylight out, we done went from Laredo to Detroit, back down to San Antonio. We did it, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, been a good week. I can say that. It ain't been too bad, guys. Me and my student, man, dude did good. I ain't got no complaints about it. The boy's gonna be a gladiator, man.
What's up, family?
How you feeling, my boy?
It was amazing, man. It was a quick trip. First day, my back end. It was nighttime. It was nighttime, so my back. my back was a little bit tough. Then we got to the next spot. My back end was way better. Got up in that hole nice and tight. But you know what I mean. You just gotta stick with the methods. And I like that our team driving. One person get off, next person get on. But yeah, it's been a great training week for sure.
So overall, how you feel about this week, man?
It was good. We didn't get in any hiccups, anything like that. Everything was smooth. Even our dispatch will let us know if we got loads coming back, if our loads are gonna be late, or what time we're gonna get there. If we're gonna be late, everything was all communication.
All right, so from the time you got in the truck last week, because we didn't do no recording, I did pick you up last week, versus this week. So how you feel?
A lot stronger. My first weekend here, when I'm on the highway and the bumps are coming at me, I was tightening up, tensing up. Now,
everybody do it, bro. Everybody do it. It's
kind of like you just ride with the truck. You know what I mean? The truck gonna go where it's gonna go, but you obviously gotta stay in control, but you don't gotta be like stressed up, tense and stuff like that.
Right. That's cool. Yeah, I can say you did make some improvement from last week up into this week. Especially with your backing, you know what I'm saying? The first day your backing was trash. But you know what I'm saying? I always tell everybody when you first start doing it, you don't know. until you actually somebody show you what to do. You know what I'm saying? So, but you know, this week, last week, two opposite different weeks, man. A whole lot better. I feel good about your driving. I'm impressed with your driving because you got in here day one and you straight killed it. And that's very rare that I get students like that. And I do get students like that, but they don't come like back to back. You know what I'm saying? Some people have to build to that driving stamina that you already got. So I would say, man, keep up the good work. You're doing good. Backing, you're gonna get better at backing. You know what I'm saying? That takes time, just like anything else you do. You know what I'm saying? But hey, you doing good, man. And hey, this week, what is it? Week 1?
Week 1, yeah.
Yeah, week 1, the full week 1 is in the bag. So let's just see what happened week 2. You know what I'm saying? All right, Resource Gang guys, we are out. I'm finna go home. He's finna go to the hotel, guys. We're gonna get the weekend started. Hopefully we'll be back on this thing again Sunday. So until then, guys, I'll check y'all later.